Hello everyone. So recently I was thinking about the new Unreal Engine Witcher game that CDPROJEKTRED is working on, and decided that today I wanted to talk about a subject that I've discussed before, but I haven't really discussed it since they released the School of the Lynx medallion image, and I just thought it'd be good to pick up on this, have a little think about it and see what you guys think. It's always fun to talk about The Witcher, so let's get into it. So there was a recent article that I'd like to break down in the future, which is by Games Radar, and it goes over some stuff about the new release, but one thing in particular really interested me, and I just wanted to read that excerpt for you guys before I get into my opinion about this sort of information and what I think about it. Interestingly, in a recent interview, Games Radar Plus asked acting narrative lead Philip Weber about where he'd like the Witcher 4 story to take place. As you might expect, Weber was not keen to give anything away. I'm actually working on the new Witch saga, so whatever I would tell you now would be very leading, but he did provide us with a very diplomatic answer, saying that he would like to return to the northern kingdom of Temeria and its capital Vizima. I would always like to return to Temeria and Vizima and see how it looks right now, Weber explained, so that's why I'm very happy that we're doing the Witcher 1 remake. So that last part was obviously in reference to the Witcher 1 remake, which of course I think we're all a bit excited for. I think it's going to be good to go back to the Witcher 1, see what they're going to do to remake it and upgrade it a bit, maybe improve upon systems, etc. But I think, and the article also suggests, that it could suggest a return to Temeria in the new game. But personally, I actually started thinking about other locations in The Witcher 4, and I've made loads of videos about this in the past. I think I made 2 or something like that, and I've obviously thought about it a lot, and I've mentioned it in other videos, but I was thinking more and more about, since this image came out, which locations do I really want to see explored? Do I really, if I had to just pick one, if I could just pick one location, where do I really want to see? And personally, when I first saw the Lynx medallion, I couldn't help but think about Kovir. Or Kovir, however you want to pronounce that. I've always found the Kingdom of Kovir interesting. I remember making a video about it ages ago and just thinking, this has got a pretty interesting history. It's a place that is lightly explored in the books, and even less so in the games. In fact, it's only mentioned really in the games. It was once a part of Redania, but given away by King Radovid I to his brother Troidan, which was basically just a way to sort of get rid of him because he didn't like him. And it was originally just a worthless piece of land, but a large amount of minerals were later discovered there, and it turned into one of the most wealthy and arguably powerful of the Northern Kingdoms. It became even more interesting, especially after the events of The Witcher 3, when the mages that fled Novigrad and many other magic users that were fleeing the Northern Realms ended up there. Kovir is said to be more advanced and magical than any other kingdom, so seeing a new Witcher school, the School of the Lynx, in this environment could be really compelling. I think it could have a really interesting story. You could see how magic has been utilized. I don't think this is exactly official lore, but there was lore around how the School of the Griffin was originally from there. It's like a mixture of official lore and fan lore and some games and board games. It's very complicated, but it'd be interesting to see, some more of the School of the Griffin, maybe interacting with it. I feel like because this is an unexplored location, you could really delve into the School of the Lynx without being too worried about messing with existing schools, but to be honest, you could just add more. They did the same in The Witcher 3 and it wasn't a big deal, the School of the Bear, etc. But I think just having it in Kovir would be really interesting, because we get to see this amazing new place, we get to see how this School of the Lynx could be different. I just think it would be a pretty interesting thing. And I also feel that unless the game is a prequel to The Witcher 3, Nilfgaard and Temeria are quite difficult to cover, as the situation in those kingdoms can differ greatly depending on the player's decisions in The Witcher 3. The player can have Ciri as the Empress, the player can have Dijkstra controlling the Northern Realms. It's like you have all these very, very different kind of outcomes, and I don't know how you would incorporate that if you were doing a sequel in these locations. But if you're doing a sequel in Kovir, I don't really see there being that big of a difference. Maybe you could have a simulated save and characters might mention, oh, the Northern Realms are controlled by blah, or something like that, but you don't need to necessarily explore those locations. And we've also seen those locations in the other games. I want to see new places. So I think if you're going to do a sequel, or if it's a prequel, I guess it's fine, you could explore those locations again. But on top of that, we want to see something new, and I want to see something new. At least that's how I feel. So essentially, I believe The Witcher 4 could, or I'd like it to be, set partially in Kovir. And if not, I would like to see a Witcher game in future cover this area. I just think it would be really interesting to see, and to be honest, I would assume that The Witcher 4 will probably cover multiple locations anyway, like The Witcher 3, and I hope Kovir is one of them. Other areas I would like to see include Dol Blathanna, Kedwen, Mahakam, Nilfgaard. To be honest, as I said, I really just want to see the less explored locations and just be able to get an idea of the Witcher's world a little bit more. I feel like we see the Northern Realms, we get an idea of Nilfgaard. I'd love to see it more though, and I just want to see more of these kingdoms and just how they interact with each other and get this sort of breadth of view. I want the new game to allow us to go back and play The Witcher 3 and the other games and think, oh, they're talking about Kavir, oh, I've been there, I've seen this, you know, oh, they're talking about Dol Blathanna, oh, I've been there, etc. I want to be able to have that sort of feeling when you play the older games. I love that when you make something new that gives you new information, but it explores something that we know really well. I think that just gives you such a breadth of the world. You get to see what is happening. You know, imagine going to Mahakam in an RPG proper, like, Witcher game. It would just be amazing. You hear the dwarves talk about it, you see the dwarves, they talk about where they're from, that sort of thing. So it's the same with Kavir. I think it'd be really interesting to see. I think it really fits with the Lynx aesthetic, very Northern Kingdom, this kind of amazing kind of cat. I think it'd be pretty cool. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. It's been a bit of a short video, but just something I wanted to discuss and just get back into the swing of things a little bit. So let me know what are the sorts of videos you guys would like to see. Let me know if there's any sort of content you'd like to cover. Could be anything Witcher related, something else. I'm happy just doing The Witcher for a bit though, it's always fun. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. I mean, I'd love to know what you guys think about potential locations in the upcoming Witcher games, because it's going to be a trilogy of games. I think they're making a new trilogy based on the new Witcher game, which isn't actually The Witcher 4. But it'll be interesting to see where they go, what they show us, which sort of characters they have, what sort of schools they have. I think it's just a really interesting idea. So I'd love to hear what you guys want to see. Like for more of these sort of videos, it supports it, lets me know you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to see more. It does pretty much the same thing. Let's try and get to, I don't know, 3,000 subscribers or something. Let's try and see if we get this channel doing something fun. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. See you later. Have an awesome rest of the week. Really appreciate the support, and thanks for watching. See you later guys.